All right, hey, we just popped in on Jess Pettis. He's staying here in Menifee, California. Jess, man, thank you very much for taking a bit of time and having a chat with us.
Yeah, no worries. Happy to be here, and yeah, a little chilly out here in Menifee tonight, but it's not too bad.
It is. Well, we're chilling, hanging out here in your garage. You and mechanic Matt DeRoy, you guys are hanging out here, right, for the month?
Yeah, you bet. Got out here about a week ago, so out here for the month of January, and yeah, enjoying it so far. It's been good.
Okay, now we'll get to the whole thing about why you weren't racing A1. Obviously, people now obviously know he's racing the 250 East, but I just want to back up real quickly here and talk, because I mean I haven't really spoken to you much since the outdoor season in Canada and stuff like that. Obviously, you didn't race the Supercross portion, but let's talk about that. I mean, you took that crazy crash in Deschambault. What were the extent of your injuries and stuff like that? Take us maybe kind of through what happened there.
Yeah, a little step back to outdoors. Yeah, it was a good season, honestly, for me. I was pretty happy with it. Obviously, things went a little bit south near the end of the season. Battling for the championship with Dylan, with 1 round to go, pretty well. I was in the points lead, and it was a close battle, but took a pretty big digger. Yeah, pretty unfortunate crash, kind of a fluke mistake, but just yeah, a little frustration there, and end up having a big one. Probably one of the hardest crashes I've had in a while, if not the worst. So. It was pretty scary. Ended up going to the hospital and yeah, fractured. I mean, not too bad, but like compression fractures and whatnot. 3 of them in my 3 vertebrae in my back. So, and fractured my sternum. So, obviously a pretty scary deal. Anything to do with the back, and just taking that big of a hit. Really, it was a lot of trauma. But kind of wrote the season off from there. Went back home to BC and kind of just went on recovery mode.
Because we had 1 weekend off,
yeah,
and then the final round, and you came back and did it, and tied Welton, but took the 2nd place, and the bonus that comes with it and stuff like that. How tough was that, and was that an easy decision to actually show up?
Absolutely not an easy decision. Probably the biggest decision I've had to kind of make in my career so far. Like, it's a big gamble, obviously, but yeah, I went home. We had a weekend off, and I mean, I was pretty dang sore that whole week, and then I got a lot of scans, x-rays, seen my surgeons and stuff back home, and kind of got it clear that like I couldn't really do a lot more damage. Obviously, like, there was some pain that I had to deal with, but I've had to deal with that quite a bit. So booked a last minute flight, I think, on the Friday, showed up, raced Saturday, like it was a last minute thing, and kind of just to salvage some points. Went 5-5 is basically all my body allowed me to do, but yeah, it was enough to tie 2nd in points and make a little extra bonus money and make the best of the season. So I'm stoked I did it. It worked out in my favor. Obviously, would have liked to win that championship, but hey, we got next year. That's what that's for. So kind of, you know, after that, I took a little bit of time, let the body actually heal up for good, and had a little bit of an off season. Got my body dialed in, and yeah, now here we are.
All right. So I mean, last year, obviously, the 250 Supercross season started and ended a little quicker than you wanted to, of course. Now, so we're back at it again. Talk about it. You're back at Baker's factory and everything like that. Talk about the training there and stuff like that. You're living in Florida, well, until you're here for the month. But
yeah.
How's that going and everything down there?
Good, yeah. When a little bit of off season I had there, I kind of was talking with the team, and obviously want to get a little redemption on the Supercross season last year. I was feeling good, and then yeah, I had an injury in my knee, so want to get some redemption on that and hop back on the 250. So kind of got this thing all dialed in and made some stuff happen with the team, re-signed with them, and it brought me down to Florida. Kind of talked with Alden and those guys, and they welcomed me back with open arms, and went back down there end of October and got back on the 250. And man, I missed the 250 for sure. I was on the 450 all summer, so it was nice to get back on this thing, and just kind of been grinding since then. It's been about 2.5 months now. Been working really hard. You know, I'm feeling good and all that. So yeah, it kind of leads us to here. The whole crew end up having to come out west. You know, basically the Baker's factory shut down for the next 3 weeks or a month, just with the whole West Coast swing of the races and stuff like that. So kind of came out with the boys, do some riding out on the West Coast, some testing. Yeah, obviously had a little change of plans with West and East Coast, what I was going to do there, but regardless, I had to come out west, so got a house rented, joined some California lifestyle, change it up for a bit, and get some mountain bike and all that good stuff in.
And then, I think obviously we're all kind of curious about what happens there behind the gates at Baker's factory and everything. And I know kind of Alden takes the 450 guys over on his side. You've got, I think, is it Mike Brown does the 250 guys? Is the training? Do you love the training, and how tough is that?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, we work hard, and like what the Baker's factory is known for. It's a grind, but I mean, it's nothing like new to me really. I've kind of done the work before. It's just it's a little bit different structure here and there. You know, a few things, but at the end of the day, there's no secrets. Everyone works hard, and you know, it's just kind of having a good structured program and just really riding with those guys, having some of the fastest guys in the world to ride with out every day, and probably the best tracks you could ever ride. So yeah, so it's good so far. I've been enjoying it, and yeah. I mean,
okay. All right. So now, like you said, you're out here for the month. How is training going? You're hitting all the local tracks and stuff like that. What are you working on? How are things going?
Yeah, good. I haven't really rode out here much. Like I said, I just got out here, so gonna do quite a bit of riding. Probably hit some local tracks and then at the test track and stuff too. So working with Mike and those guys. Obviously, we got some good access to the test tracks and stuff like that, and some suspension testing, all the good stuff. So yeah, it's good. I mean, got the next 3 weeks is gonna go by quick. Before I know it, I'll be back in Florida, and a little bit hotter out there. It's been it's been like 30 degrees every day, so it's good. I think mix it up. You know, ride some hard pack tracks, some East Coast soft tracks, and rutted stuff before the season gets going.
Okay, now tell us. I guess I got to ask you what the decision to not race west and instead race east. Maybe just tell us how that decision came about.
Yeah, basically just it kind of came about like I wanted a little extra time. Kind of just keep, you know, fine tuning, come out here, get some suspension testing, everything, because with the weather out in California, it was super rainy before A1, so we weren't really able to get any suspension testing, anything like that. So kind of just wanted to fine tune some stuff, make sure, like, I mean, I really want to go out there and try and make a big mark, I guess, really. Like I want to give my best chance to do that. So a little bit of fine tuning. I have all my stuff in Florida still. Like I came out here with basically the bike and a few training tools, but got Vans and all my, you know, a lot of my clothes, everything. It's all back in Florida. So kind of just makes sense. And the team and I sat down, and you know, we found someone. I think Nico's going to come down and drive the van and all the setup to the races for us and help out, and kind of just a whole good little team effort. It's going to make it happen. So I'm able to fly in, do the East Coast rounds, and fly back to Alden's during the week and stuff. So do it proper. That was kind of one of my biggest problems when I wanted to do East Coast to begin with, was, you know, I just didn't want to drive to every round and miss out on training. So I think it's going to be good. I've never done East Coast before, so I think like Daytona and some of those events will be pretty special for me, and yeah, hopefully we're ready to rock and roll by then.
Yeah, I was just going to say, are you looking forward to doing some of those new ones, like the stadiums, the Daytonas, and all like the big, you know, some of those different places? Are you looking forward? I guess just something different, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've only ever raced on the West Coast, so it's not like I've done a whole lot of racing on the West Coast, but I've probably almost hit, you know, most of the stadiums out here, like Salt Lake and you know, Anaheims and Oaklands and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I've never really raced on the East Coast. It'll be cool. Yeah, it should be good. I mean, honestly, a lot of the training we do at Alden's, a lot of the tracks get super rutted and East Coast like. So I feel like I'm in good hands there as far as preparation, and yeah, hopefully we have, you know, all the I's dotted and T's crossed by the time we show up at the first round.
Yeah, well, speaking of the first round, I mean, it's coming up in Minneapolis. The way things are going, you know, at A1, I mean, it's looking like, injuries aside, but it's looking like the East is going to be pretty stacked. I mean, have you kind of ruled out who's racing West and who you're going to be up against in the East? Have you kind of had a look at that kind of stuff like that? And what are you hoping for? To
be honest, no, not really. I know there's going to be a few heavy hitters. Obviously, Faulkner and Lawrence, McAdoo, a couple of those top dogs, but I feel like the top 8 guys on both coasts is going to be stacked no matter what. So hopefully just get in there with the mix. And yeah, obviously some guys drop out pretty quick at the first few rounds. So we've seen that last night at Anaheim here. So kind of the goal is just make it through some rounds safe and progressively just get better as the season continues on, and, you know, be in that mix.
Right. Okay, well, hey, we just mentioned A1, so I got to ask you, anybody stand out? Anybody catch your eye last night? I know you were there watching, kind of checking it out. Who caught your eye? Did any riders look good to you?
Yeah, I was actually telling you earlier, I think it's Robbie Wageman or RJ. Yeah, I'm not sure which one. One of the Wageman brothers crushed it. I mean, I raced him in 19, and I think he got like maybe 7th last night, or was running up there for a while, so I didn't even know who it was for the longest time. So he was kind of like a guy that kind of caught me off guard. Cool to see, you know, a bit of underdogs come and battle up there with those guys. Obviously, there's the Craigs and those guys that are kind of known to win, and they did good and rode well. But no, I mean, it's it's gonna be a good season. I'm pretty excited to watch, and last night was exciting, so should be good.
All right. Well, hey, I always like to ask you. I know when I came out here, you pounded me into the ground on your La Cresta route there on the bikes. How's the I know you got a new fancy bike and stuff. Who are you cycling with, and who are you riding with? Who's looking good out here cycling? I was going to ask you a cycling question.
Yeah, obviously, like, so the program we got in Florida, same guys. We're out here. Right now it's basically me, Styles Robertson, Dean Wilson, and Brownie. As of out here in California. When we're back in Florida, honestly, we have a huge group of cycling. So it's like we ride with Alden's whole crew, so like Malcolm and Plessinger and all those guys. There's 10 of us that we go every other day in Florida. So out here the group's a little smaller. I don't know. I mean, Dino today on his mountain bike ride, he was pretty strong. He had his e-bike, and we were all on normal bikes, so he was all laying it to us. I'm like, what's taking you guys so long? His heart rate's probably at like 105 on the e-bike, but no, it's good. We're all pretty strong, to be honest. We all do the same routine all year, so.
All right. Well, hey, Jess. I mean, yeah, let's wrap it up there, buddy. I appreciate you taking the time with us, letting everybody know what's going on. You know, I had my van almost loaded, and then I got the message from you that you're racing east, so
I left you in the dark. Last minute decision.
Well, at least you didn't tell me when I was in like Colorado or something halfway here. So anyway, I get to fly back, and so that's one good thing. But yeah, thanks very much for good luck in the east. I'll see you in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck. And who would you like to thank, Jess?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks a lot. And yeah, of course, the whole Factory Red Bull KTM team, everyone back home in Canada, they've been super supportive so far, and yeah, I'm looking to pay them back. Hopefully, get some good results come Supercross time. Obviously, yeah, Thor, Oakley, Red Bull, yeah, FMF, all the sponsors on this bike. Cal at Heavy Metal Equipment. I mean, yeah, there's some supporters back home. Obviously, I thank you guys all for tuning in, and hopefully give you something good to cheer for come Minneapolis. Obviously, a lot of people were expecting me at A1 and started to make the wait a little longer, but hopefully it's good. Only another, I think, 5 weeks. So.
All right, Jess. Well, thank you very much, like I said, and good luck. And we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, guys.